Hello, hello. Welcome back to the bog. I'm Willow, and I'll be your guiding light. Today, we'll be diving back into Menace, picking up where we left off after a flawless mission. It was a straight up brawl, with Lim leading the way and the dropship providing fire support. We learned some valuable lessons about smokes the hard way, and got to fight our first elite enemy of the campaign. Now, we get to start our third operation. I want to look more at this unlock OCI. We're at trust level 2, which is interesting because it looks like we started at 0. So did we get enough points with the operation as a whole and the event to get Dice of the Gods to level 2? But because these have costs associated with them, I'm assuming that these, if I select one, I get to pick like one per rank, and those become new options in my ship upgrade section. So I think, given that I only have 74 components right now, going and unlocking any of these, like I don't want to go thinking about it because I can't afford any of them. I'd rather decide right now, like, are there upgrades I want? Do I want this +1 intelligence from the sensor array? Can I afford anything else? Or the Wayback Outreach Office deploys friendly recruiters and propagandists to help draw a manpower replacement stream from the Wayback itself, +2 manpower for each completed mission. I assume manpower is squaddies, even though they're named differently. If that is the case, I'll submit a bug report for that. But I think because these are, it considers this an operation, so maybe I'm not sure if it's 2 per like deployment or 2 per entire thing. And that's a big difference. But given how expensive squaddies are, they're 60 like trade value each. I cannot imagine that upgrade is 2 per mission. But I also don't see anything else as manpower, so who knows? But I can't actually afford anything else. And I don't have some like grand strategy going on, and so I think this is good. That just sounds like a way to gain some value over time, and I haven't been, desperate for something else, so why not? Let's find out. We got a Wayback Outreach Office. Hey, and we got that big hole in the back of our ship cleared up. Let's go. Alright, so as far as missions go, I don't really want to do another Dice of the Gods mission because they already like me a lot, and I'd like to try and get like the backbone up to, I think it's 20. This is a mission for the backbone, and this is something else. So I think we're gonna go do the counterinsurgency because I want rep with the backbone over everything else right now. And as far as I can see, these all look like they're against pirates and they have similar values, so let's go to the backbone. This is the temperate forest. I think movement might be easier with this. Yeah, and this is the counterinsurgency. We go in, we kick butt, we get them out of here. 1 success or 1,000. It matters not to the task that lies before us today, as it is today only that it resides, unhelped by what fortunes you thought yourself beneficiaries of. Y'all talk really philosophical for me. But let's go do this. Alright, so we got a lot of choices with the start, less choices in the middle, and then no choice at the end. So we've got secure perimeter. When first touching ground, we need to secure the immediate area, send out patrols, and make sure the area is free of any pirate skirmishers that might perform surprise attacks, scout our movements, or prepare ambushes. This is like the last mission we did. We just brawl them until there's nobody left. Difference is we have our classic do it fast, do it clean. We also have a lost cargo objective, um, which might make doing the fast quite hard. And we have the destroy pirate boarding unit. Last time it was a first mate, but that same idea of go kill the elite unit. That would give us an expanded LZ. LZ is landing zone. Securing landing zones will substantially increase our freedom of movement going forward. Upon completion, the friendly deployment zone is increased by 50% for the rest of this operation. So that's actually really powerful if we have missions that we care about being able to deploy in a wider area. Establish combat outpost. Ooh, yeah, so this is a 2 skull. This is only a 1 skull, so I want an easier start, I can go for this. To establish a lasting presence in the region, we need a planet-bound base of operations. There's a deserted combat outpost, COP, nearby that we can seize and rebuild. Unfortunately, pirates have been using the outpost as a base of operations. Intelligence observed the main force leaving the base earlier to perform whatever mission. Assault the outpost, overwhelm the guards, and prepare defense to repel the returning pirate forces. So we have to secure the outpost by moving units into the capture zone. We got our classic do it quick. We have destroy more than a percentage of all enemy forces, and those are high percentages. And then we have do it clean and do it without blowing up too much stuff. I'm less interested in this just right off the bat because it's lower difficulty, and I think those have lower rewards. But this would give us a patrol base. Like most conventional fighting forces, the rogue army stores most of its munitions and armaments inside depots. Capturing one of these could provide us with useful equipment. Upon completion, gain rogue army item or vehicle. So that gives us an actual item, whereas this just gives us something for the mission. And then we've got Stop Extortion, which is also a 1 difficulty. Pirates have been extorting a local settlement for a while now. Something must have gone wrong as intense gunfire has been picked up by our sensors from the location. Head there ASAP, as soon as possible, and stop whatever the pirates are doing there. Time is of the essence, so better bring some fast transports. We gotta save the civilians by destroying most of the attacking enemies. We get bonus points for saving more of the civilians. Save 20% of the civilians is a rough lower bound. And then we got the classic do it clean, and we have do it without breaking too much stuff. We've seen these before, but this seems like get in quick, stop civvies from dying. This would take out their satellite targeting relay station. This is an active enemy asset. Ugh. Increases accuracy for all pirates by 5%. Like, yeah, I'd like them not to have that, but 5% is not that big a number. I'm not that concerned. I don't know if it beats an item or, 50% increased deployment area. But our first mission choice also changes based on what the later missions are. I won't go too far into them, but I do want to see a little bit of information. It's a 2 skull that would give us vehicle hit point restoration and remove a defect. So that could be interesting if we want to have our APC for everything. The other option is Boss Man Den. You get a random pirate faction item and it's a 2 skull. I don't know. Getting a larger deployment zone helps with doing things quickly. What's the final one? Oh, this is a control the objective. Yeah, so I don't care about their aim or my deployment zone or vehicles. And so I think I'm going to be going like this. So we're going to start with established combat outpost. We got to capture the zone. We got to do it quickly. We got to destroy things as we go. And we got to do it without losing anybody or breaking too much stuff. We did a similar one for the aliens a while back. So I don't have too much fear about this. As far as our squads go, we have lots of promotion points available and some new gear, and then we probably have, we got a whole bunch of stuff available. What the heck? they don't have the image for this yet, so it's just got some extra text over it. We got a bunch of new items. We got a bunch of stuff we might want to try and grab. So let's look at this. I'm going to quickly go to mission select, and we're going to plan the mission because I want to see... Yeah, so if I bring everybody as they currently are, I can afford to bring a couple, quite a few more squaddies actually, and still get some promotions in. And upgrade some gears, so I'm very tempted. It's daytime, it's partially cloudy, so long range is going to be a little bit tough. But yeah, it's up the middle. There's 5 enemy groups? That feels like not a lot. I assume there's going to be more reinforcements. But, okay, interesting. Go to the squads. Darby has some options. I know Pike has some stuff that I was talking about the buff last time. And Lim is somebody that I really want to try putting more points into and kind of seeing how it goes. Because of his promotion discount and how cheap he is to upgrade. For Darby, we've looked at a lot of these before. We've seen buff before. We've seen bags and belts. Scavenger. Trinkets don't find themselves. Enemy destroyed by the squad leader drop 1 refill for special weapons and accessories. That's really cool if she did either of those things. Standby, we've seen, and sharpshooter. You ever consider joining the army instead of yoinking every damn stuffed animal I got? I don't get that one, but 50% decreased enemy cover bonus, kind of big. Though I'm not entirely sure what the cover bonus is exactly. I should try and find that when we're in the next mission. But none of those jump out to me. Really, none of her options do. View range could be pretty good, but none of these leap out as like, ooh, I really want this. This will make her better at what she's doing. So I'm not too fussed. For Pike, we've got Inspiring Presence. Sometimes it is like the movies. 15% accuracy and discipline conferred to adjacent allies. Very interesting. Adjacency, hard to maintain, very risky in games like these. Adjacency, normally for these, for me, something I consider. I need quite a bit more range. Nearby is fine, but adjacent puts you at risk of collateral damage, area of effect attacks, and is also just hard to maintain if cover is sparse. Call out target. For all the training and discipline, sometimes you just need to drop all pretense and simply shout and point at what you want dead. Mark a target and gain plus 20% accuracy against it for 2 turns, has 10 tile range. This is really interesting because it gives him more utility. And so this could have some pretty powerful effects for if I want to keep having him. I like having him as a small squad, as a heavy weapon specialist. And then Disruptive Fire. Besides dying, the second worst part of getting shot at is not knowing when it's going to stop. Minus 15% accuracy for 1 turn for enemy getting attacked by this unit. That I find incredibly interesting because it allows him to essentially have more of an impact on enemies he's shooting at with his suppression. But buff is the thing I'm the most interested in because it removes this encumbered effect from him. And the plus 3 health per squad mate's pretty good, like as an added bonus, especially for him. He doesn't have that many people, and so it stops him from getting wiped really easily. But this just makes him move a lot better and stops him from being shot. So I am going to take buff on Pike.
Service is always an act of valor.
You know it, Pike. And then Lim, we already looked at all of his tier 2. For tier 3, we got Point Fire. The best fighters fight on their toes. 15% accuracy when not deployed or pinned down. Seems like it could be absolutely incredible on him. I like having him move. I like having him do stuff. That's incredibly interesting. Grenadier, put some English on it. Still don't get that one. Plus 1 throwing range and 30% accuracy to all thrown or shot grenades. He's not really using grenades, so not the most interesting. Zigzag. People would go mad if they ever knew the full extent to which human history was dramatically altered by the fractions of a second in which certain men and women made the choice between zigging and zagging. 5% defense bonus for each tile moved this turn, resets at the start of next turn. That's really helpful for getting into range, especially if you just charge forward. Tanking the ability to be hit's really good. This is something that I might take later on, but right now I'm still looking for offensive upgrades. Counter-Strike. Sometimes a little offense is the best defense. This is what the guy had. Once per round, shoot back at an attacking enemy. They have to be a valid target. This is another one that's incredibly interesting, but also, again, like, you have to be shot at to use this, and I would rather have something like Point Fire that just gives him a huge accuracy boost on the move. I'm definitely taking Point Fire on him.
Service is always an active valor.
Yes, it is. Alright, then we got tier 4, Berserk. Anger is not a problem, anger is a weapon. So small, fun little Easter egg, at least I think it is. This, I think, is a reference to Battle Brothers. One of the most powerful perks in that game is a perk called Berserk that does almost exactly the same thing. I think it's a little bit better in Battle Brothers because this only gives you 30 AP back for killing an enemy unit, which is not enough for a standard attack, but in Battle Brothers, Berserk gives you enough back for a standard attack. But this seems incredibly good for just wiping things out. Almost certainly going to take that, at least at some point. Blaze of Glory, 0 action points to use, 1 use, want to see how a real Marine dies. On activation, it removes suppression and grants 40 AP. This is also a really good perk. Doesn't have a lot of passive effects, but having a panic button that gets you out of a really bad situation can be incredibly useful. Again, not something I want early. Early, I want to focus on offense and being able to actually kill the enemies, but as you get farther into these games, like, there are a lot of times where I have to be very careful with what I'm doing with a character because I need to make sure that, like, if things go wrong, what's going to happen to them, and, like, getting suppressed is super bad. And if you get suppressed in a bad location, I mean, like, the last mission, we saw multiple pirates get pinned down and then flanked and annihilated. And so having something like this lets you get out of those situations. But I gotta take Berserk. I gotta do it for Battle Brothers. I gotta do it for how good it looks.
Service is always an active valor.
We're pumping this guy. He's got 5 out of 8 abilities. All right, he's gonna be a little more expensive now. I probably should have looked at Rewa's abilities more. Oh well, I got enthusiastic. You've got no other options for equipment. Pike, because there's only 3 of you, I might honestly give you the pirate pipe gun if for no other reason than it's less expensive than the carbine. And I'm not really using it, like, I'm really not shooting with you, and so this just makes you a little cheaper, and makes you look like a good old pirate squad. I did like the CMG 50 last time. The light chain gun is also really interesting, mostly because, like, while it does a lot less, you don't have to deploy to use it, which is kind of a big thing. The flamethrower is also really interesting, because it seems so powerful, but having to get that close with a three guy squad is rough. Quickly, I want to check how I'm doing on my supplies. I still got plenty of room, so I upgraded Lim a bunch. He's more expensive. Going back to the squads for Lim, he's got the arc assault rifle. I did get this upgraded crowbar, which I want to compare to Darby's standard crowbar. It does, so it seems identical except for the fact it has a +10 accuracy modifier, and you can see the accuracy charts are different. The base crowbar peaks effectiveness at 7 tiles in terms of accuracy, and this crowbar peaks at 3. And it looks like they're about even at 5 tiles. And so this is something that's more expensive, but I think is probably better. Damage fall off is so brutal that the super long range shots are often not that good anyways, and it would have to get to like 6 or 7 tiles before it became worse because of that accuracy modifier it's got. And it also means that at close range she'll just absolutely shred her target. So I'm gonna try giving her the upgrade. I'm not sure we're gonna have a ton of room for it, but we'll see. And I'd love to give you better armor, especially because you're one of the people just getting in there. But as you can see, we're already going to be getting pretty close to our limit with the upgraded weapon. For Lim, he's got the arc. I could trade that for the crowbar, but his rapid fire gun at close range just seems very, very good. The tap shooting on the crowbar is a little bit rough. I'm still trying to figure out how I feel about the rend bullets, mostly because the rend ammo does cost 20, and so rocking that is like, yeah, that's the same as having extra concealment or a bunch of extra armor. He definitely needs a scavenger suit because he's the one getting in there. Look at them. I wonder if I can. Oh, I can probably change their equipment from in here. Yep. I know what I'm doing. He's someone that I'd be interested in having the flamethrower on because he's already pretty close. And being able to just blast something does seem pretty powerful. But if I do that, why are we only over by 7? Why does this only raise it by 6? I got no idea. I'm gonna try taking off the rend ammo because that's so much, cost in there. I'm not sure what I want to give him. I could give him the bundle grenade so we can do more against armor. But without the rend ammo, he's probably half decent against armor. Ooh. What else can I give? Do you need the grenade? The grenade was not awesome for you. You're mostly focused on setting up your machine gun and buffing teammates. Yeah, I can give you outcast rags. That's one way of getting an upgrade out of you. Or I can go to Lim and see if the flashbang is interesting, but we already have so much close range stuff on him that I'm like, maybe the bundle grenade for the anti-tank could be helpful, but like he already has such powerful close range stuff. So I think we might just give Darby the outcast rag so she's a little harder to spot, and then just give Lim extra ammo. All that pretty good. We can bring everybody. We got decent sized squads. Yeah, and then Rebels, yeah, got her base cost plus the. It's still so expensive to field thing. Like, she's still blowing the others out of the water. If I had her as an infantry, I could have like 4 full squads. That would also put me pretty close to my limit in terms of available squaddies. So we're already at 100 out of 800. So, oh, I gotta actually deploy. That'd be awkward. This is a a get in there kind of moment. So these are all low covers. This is high cover. I want to double check. Will it tell me? No. But I want Darby. Lim. Well, no, because Darby does a pretty good job hopping in and out of the truck with her bonuses, so I might put you two over here. Have you two off to the side so I can. No, I'm gonna keep everyone together. I keep splitting up and it keeps not working out. All right, let's do this thing.
103rd won't be
Oh
heard.
God, it's not snowy. Alright, don't break stuff. Do it within 10 rounds. Kill a lot of things. Don't die. You know, the usual, kids. Um, yeah, these are all low cover, but man, there's some questionable cover going on over there. But you can see we moved so much farther now on this terrain.
Sir.
Start with Pike. Can you just get into a place where you could be stuck in? Oh, look at them.
Sit rep. Enemy hardware.
Oh. That is a tank. Pirate chain gun tank. A light and fast truck fitted with a chain gun for mobile fire support. Oh. Alright, that's gonna be interesting. I don't love that we just ran into that. You guys need to get to cover then. But look at them. And their little pirate rags. He is still hidden because he's vision range of 9 and he's got 1 concealment. And I don't think the tank has great sight lines, but we do need to be in cover because this is just such a risky place to be. I hope he stays concealed. Nice. I think his rags are making him harder to see. This is a pirate chain gun team. They like having chain guns today. So I'm a little bit scared of that, but it should be okay.
What?
Yeah, they haven't spotted us yet.
Ready, Major.
Lim does not have the same benefits. And I'm guessing... Oh, yeah, so the trees are a little bit of cover. And actually can be some pretty good cover. But getting up there is going to be difficult.
Eyes open.
What?
For now, we might have to use a smokescreen strategy to get close, because we're going to be out in the wind if I don't. I could go to there and I could drop a set of smokes. For now,
Orders.
Darby, get in the truck. So we have you in there. We all look like pirates now. Can move Lim to there, but it's gonna be really tough to approach without any sort of cover. So I think we are gonna be using those smokes. And with this, I wonder if I can paint this like that.
Fire mission underway.
And then drop a line of smokes across here. And hopefully they'll set up, 'cause last time they were setting up behind the smokes. Hopefully if they set up behind the smokes, they'll get wiped out by the strafing run. Some outcasts that are screaming, but I wanna die. And then Lim, I need to be behind the smokes, and I'd like him behind the tank as well. APC. We're gonna have to just run you forward. We're gonna rely on the fact that you've got solid armor and a smoke screen covering your advance, and hope you don't die.
What?
That is a bunch of outcasts just out in the open.
What?
And we all know how Rewa feels about that. Say goodbye. Damn, she just straight killed them. And then we'll move here. Hopefully I won't have to use another smoke in this direction. Nice. And this was path, yeah, so I want to just move her in because she doesn't care.
Sir.
Orders?
Lim, your...
Eyes open.
Sir.
Right now, I am a little bit worried people are going to come around the side. And so what I can do is I can give him
Ready on my signal.
more AP. I can deploy, and I can set up my heavy weapon. So if they come around this side, I'm ready next turn.
Orders?
Darby, you can't do anything right now. And Lim can just charge in here. I want to move him
Orders.
last, so your turn... she's going to be ended. Your turn. Ooh. Nobody will be hit. And then we're going to just run there because you're in the smoke, you're in cover. You've got some decent armor.
We got boys out there. He's detected something right there. We'll hold him here. And we did see people over here, so we just blind fire, get some suppression down. He's got 30 shots. He's got, what, 24 shots? Yeah, he's fine. The flamethrower is quite interesting, but I don't have any knowledge of where they are, so... just some suppression downrange. Oh, hello! It jammed. Yeah, the smoke's really helping, but there's a lot of boys. What to say? Like, yeah, he's doing fine, but we got the chain gun team over there. Strafing run did miss quite horribly. Oh man, we got a lot of friends. How tough is this gonna be? Yeah, you're not gonna do any damage to that.
Sir.
And you're gonna have the same problem. You're also gonna be firing over our guys. And run limb back there, but the big old chain gun on the tank is gonna be a problem. I don't really have
Orders?
a great way to deal with that. I didn't bring a rocket launcher or an anti-tank grenade or anything. Oh boy. Yeah, the front armor on these is insane. I really don't want to have to like just run limb away, but I don't really see a better option. If I go here, like he can't even shoot with his running gun. Ooh. See, this would be where I would want my strafing run. Okay, I gotta be less loosey-goosey with that. I really don't want him to just get annihilated by this chain gun tank, but there's like just no way it's gonna do anything. I think we have to just run him back. I feel so bad. Maybe I can get him to here. And that would allow me to do some firing. Try and take out some of these outcasts. I took some outcasts.
Really?
Get away from that terrifying chain gun tank. Oh, he's still jammed. Let's go. They can move so far. Is there a way I can get it here and shoot? No. So I want to be in a place where Darby can pop out and it's not a disaster. Because Darby has enough to hop out and shoot twice if I'm in cover. But that chain gun tank is a little bit spooky. But I can put some shots on it from behind, and I'm not that worried about long-range scavengers firing at this. So we are going to try and put some hurt on this from here. Can I maybe sneak up a little bit? That way Darby's in line with that. Yeah, I think we can do that. And then we try and hit the back armor. Nice. Okay, so the back armor does get punched pretty bad, and they're retreating now. I could take another shot at that, or I could try and put some suppression down on these guys. I think Darby will be able to do that, and so I think we're trying to do as much damage to the chain gun tank before it gets out of range. He missed a ton of shots, but that's whatever. I will morally persevere.
Here we come.
They're going for the long con. Alright.
Sir.
Yeah, no way you've got anyone in range.
Orders?
We can get... Oh, I can get Darby to here. Beautiful. Get out there, Darbs. With your new brand spanking new gun. Ooh, more lines. This level of accuracy. Yeah, that won't really punch through, and so right now I just want to put some suppressive fire down, I think. Yeah. Nice. They're wavering, they're suppressed. I'll try and get some damage on the truck if I can. Oh, optics damaged
on
and
on
big
103rd.
fire. Those sound like bad things for them to be suffering from. They're not going to be able to do anything because I suppressed them.
Who, sir?
Pike. I'm going to have stand up. And they're quite far away, and so are they, and so there is a temptation to do that. How far can I get if I... Oh, man. Even without the encumbrance, you're so slow, dude. Getting him into useful range is going to be hard, and now there's a bunch of guys standing in the open. I don't think I can pass up the opportunity to have Darby take some shots at him. And we'll just move him out so it's a little bit faster to get in there. Okay, yeah, so their stuff jams a lot, but yeah, you guys messed up. 2 more bodies, they're fleeing, now we can press to the objective.
What?
Yeah, I think we just drive you onto the objective real well. We can just ram him.
Armor
This
detail
should cause some panic.
Visual acquired.
Best.
Whatever.
Very nice. Got some outcasts. I'm not that worried about them, and so this is what we're gonna. Hello, Darks. There we go. I can just throw a line of smokes like this, cut off that guy and this guy from trying to stop me from being on the point. Beautiful. They might run up and grenade me, but I don't know if they have enough AP for that.
Sir.
Yeah, they don't.
Orders?
Garbs, I know there's some threats out there, but if I can get you onto the point, that'd be good, but those guys
Sir.
are a problem.
Orders.
Lim, can you get somewhere where... that's not quite close enough. But I think we can do our little stutter step. It is range, not a range.
Repositioning.
Terrible. This is pretty long range on them, but yeah, that 15% from his run and gun, not his run and gun, his point fire, I think it's gonna rip him apart. Suppression applied. Nice, we can keep moving. I don't really care about being shot at by suppressed people while I'm in heavy armor. Medium armor. Woo! That was a rocket. Woohoo! Not even close. I wasn't stressed. What are you talking about? Get in there, Pike. That tank's gonna have to run away, and it's got a big fire, whatever that means. Wish I had more smoke.
Spotted. Let's do this.
These guys are gonna be right here, but I can get Darby in onto the point, and I can get her deployed, and I feel like that's pretty good. If something comes around behind me, I'll deal with it with one of my other 2 squads, but having my main fire team deployed on the point just seems like a good thing. Smoke's doing its job. Brewa can easily move up and waste some guys. Nice cover.
Which of you wants it next?
And then I know there's some guys there even though I can't see them, so I'm gonna put some suppression down. Oh god, yeah, ripped apart. And then she'll keep moving into the smoke, so it's harder for her to get shot at. Oh hey! They might grenade me. I forgot about these guys.
Sit tight.
Oh!
We are victors.
That was a critical mistake. Just letting them kill one of my squaddies. E-money. Man. That sucks.
Sir.
They've already shot, so
under
there's not a
heavy
lot of
fire.
pressure to kill them. You can't shoot anything yet, so
Sir.
you're waiting. Getting you to the point's going to be interesting. I think
Still
we
under
are
heavy
just
fire.
committed to having them fire back. Oh man, I forgot about these guys. Yeah, that was
Keep it up.
pathetic. Hey, there's the tank. I need you to get to the point to start capping him, so you're just gonna have to run. Let Lim deal with it. Oh, what a silly way to lose a squaddie. You can't see anything else, but I can stand you up and cheeky you around this corner. And just finish this guy. Yeah, nice.
Major, keep your eyes on this Marine.
Get
I
back in
appreciate it.
cover. I don't want you to lose people like I lost people just now. Nice. He's fleeing.
What?
Smoke fades. Not a threat. Lim. Gosh, you're like worse when you're deployed. Get up. Move closer.
Get to cover.
Can I get to here and still shoot? No, I have to go here.
Taking cover.
Oh, you stupid scavengers. Ruining my day. Retreating. Okay, cool. And you might need the move fast thing. Procking Berserk's gonna be hard. I'm noticing this. Here they come.
What?
Wow. I guess you just want to die? You even worth ammo? I guess you're worth ammo.
Major, keep your eyes on this Marine.
I want to have enough left that I can shoot if I see something.
They're mine.
Nice. Pirate outcasts. Waste them.
More, Major, more!
Into the fray.
Alright.
Kill!
She's at her full revel and slaughter. She's got 100 discipline, 93 accuracy. Those guys did not stand a chance. There's the chain gun tank. Woo!
Two more. They'll get those.
Actually gonna delay,
Sir.
see if we get new
Orders.
information. Darby, can you shoot at this thing? Yeah, I guess you can. It's gonna take a
Making
little while,
contact.
but we can put some hurt on them.
Module's damaged.
Yeah, not a
Oh, sir.
huge play, but we can get you close, and you'll be able to go first next turn and set up the tripod behind some cover. And that should be pretty effective.
Orders.
Orders?
Sir.
Because I should be able to walk you here, deploy you, deploy this, and not be able to hit that. But I guess I can shoot these guys. Nice, all the kills done, so we just gotta capture and not lose anybody. Awesome. Scared of this.
Conditions are working out.
Ah,
Order third reporting KIA. We are under heavy fire.
gripped up, rest in peace. Man. Yeah, getting fired at by a mounted weapon, as I have pointed out to the enemies, is bad for your health. Man, you can't go through fences or anything. You just gotta go all the way
We are
around.
under heavy fire.
Man, but I don't think you have a better choice than just trying to fire back so Railway can try and finish it next turn. Yeah, it is kind of pitiful. Alright, we're doing a little
On
bit
target.
to it. Railway, just get in there.
Kill from anywhere.
We need to take this thing out. Yeah, mounted weapons, bad for my guys. I do wish you could choose to go prone.
About time.
There are definitely situations where I'm like, yeah, against that, I want to have as much defense as possible.
What?
Alright, Roa, you're gonna have to be the hero here. Light him up.
Rip
Weapon
it
system
apart.
destroyed. Big fire. Fleeing. Nice. So he's either dead or he's gonna burn to death.
Sir.
Oh, I heard an explosion. You're in place. We'll
Sir.
delay.
Orders.
Gonna
Orders.
try and give
Sir.
Lim. I really do want to try and give Lim the boost. So we are gonna try and get in range.
Ready on my
Yeah.
signal.
Orders?
Orders?
Doesn't quite get him. No. He has 12 left and it costs 18 to move. That's tragic.
Orders?
That might
On our
be
way.
the difference between a one fewer turn success. No. We might be able to do it.
Let's do this.
Let's see.
Engines
Can I
engaged.
cram enough of my soldiers onto this platform, I think? Oh, it's gonna be so close. It's gonna be
Sir,
so close.
orders?
Nice. Okay, awesome.
Sir.
Everyone
Let's
can
do
hang
this.
out.
On point and on time.
Mission
Job
accomplished.
well done.
That's another 5-star. Let's go. We received the Mark 20 A3 BC autocannon. It is a modular vehicle medium. The Griffin Dynamics board cannon BC was initially developed to be attached to air and spacecraft hardpoints. The Mark 20 A3 has been adapted and optimized to be fitted into tanks and other ground fighting vehicles. It fires 20mm explosive rounds in quick succession that are both devastating to light vehicles and infantry alike. I would not want to be hit by a high explosive round, personally. Yeah, so you can see the difficulty modifier actually lowers how many promotion points we get out of that. But we did it well. 2 squaddies down is not my favorite thing. And we got more of the kind of junk items that we don't care that much about, but we'll take it. I'll always take a successful mission. Yeah, Darby got that tank kill. Didn't seem to count as a kill. You are eager. You can get mental states. Reduces movement cost by 2 per tile. That's so good. You're still bruised. Neither of you did enough to be happy. Tragic. Goodbye, goodbye. Thanks for joining me in the bog. I'm Willow, and if you enjoyed having me as your guide, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Menace and many other journeys to come.